Idolized by many, married 8 times, huh? I don't know what to say about that. Jeez, man. Come on, man. Anyways, this was the range today. We stayed pretty range bound. Now, very interesting setup. Tomorrow, look, here's the deal, folks. For downside, we could even go down and test the 9. We could feel the gap. We could even go to the FOMC level. We can then even go down to the this level, our party line here, and test the 21, and we'd still be in an uptrend. This cup pattern looking like 2 scoops, which is like that. However, we cannot disregard the monthly or weekly high here. And what happens after? Well, the JPM collar, I think, is somewhere up here in the 55s, car 55 from Blues Brothers. Very likely at this point. And as I shared on the full moon circle, look, if you want a safe play-ish, everything comes with its risks. But I do think we have a good chance of melting up end of month from here, from this German inflation rate. Why? Because just looking at this GDP growth number, that is very low, or the forecast. This is going to have the $95 billion of foreign aid in it. However, let's get back to today. Today's big winner was JPM. Now, very, very interesting. You don't see this a lot. Let's get into the nitty gritty here. First of all, this sell was complete bogus. Okay, this is Jamie Dimon manipulating the markets. Bounced off the 21. I know Drac caught that. Good job, dude. And we hit the 9. Now, usually if this is a 5-minute chart, here I exit because it's going to go lower to pick something up. All right, the 89 is down there. I think JPM, if we go back and we look, and we covered this in the full moon circle, look at last summer. Huge move. Huge move last summer. Could this be this type of situation? Yes, absolutely. However, keep an eye on this. You know I like to trade this end of a week. Could we chop here for a few days? Absolutely. I do think this was manipulated down to possibly drive the market up higher on, a flat or bad NVIDIA earnings. Let's see. Now, speaking of crypto, super nice move here on BTC after hours, which sets us up nicely with the riot swing. Now, if you trade miners, Bitcoin miners, like today, they do this shit where they blast this after hours, they take profit, you get 1 exit chance. I sold my 11s. I just messed up personally. I rebought them here, end of IB session. Here's the IB session. However, 3% down after a ripper like that is not bad. So bounced off the daily 21 there. Still has, if Bitcoin starts ripping here, we could go places. This could even turn into a cup. That's what I'm hoping for. Hope doesn't get you far in the market though. So let's see. But JPM riot might even, I was in Coinbase today, kind of didn't take profit. I was hoping this would go higher. Obviously after hours it's come back up. I'm going to enter this. This is still packing its move, but what it's doing is making the contracts cheaper, but it has broken out. There's the trend line. Here's the cloud for Double J. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go here. There you go. Go to the cloud, make the green one. All the other lines I don't even follow, but I follow the green line. Okay, above full breakout, right? Again, today, very interesting set up all across the board. Here's the market net flow. We were very tight all day. Obviously, a consolidation day. Calls came in to close, and they saved that move for us. Now, what I've been itching to see is the NAMO here. Hopefully, it's updated already. This is something that I use to determine a lot of rallies, and we call this rally here. This has turned down, okay? Now, this is yesterday's reading. We should have bounced back. I'll check in the morning. If this has crossed over here, get ready for a melt up. If Nvidia's earnings are good, SPY's going to 550. You heard it here first. And another thing we discussed in the full moon circle meeting is when you get these huge tops pre-market, they usually print after a while during market hours. So we can see carry at 53, almost 53 soon. What would that do? Well, that would close this gap. Because this gap, they bought it up, they slapped it down because it wasn't during market hours. And obviously, KRE is something we trade from time to time. This is packing a move. So hopefully we have a bank summer. And JPM moves to a new realm. Okay? Moves to a new, all the way up there. Very, very interesting JPM setups here. Let me show you. There's Apple's net flow. I mean Apple with Dom. But here you see they're buying it. I want to show you this though. Nvidia. Look at that. They juice the contracts, sell them, chop the price higher, then they bring up the premium price end of the day. Okay, very interesting. Let's jump over here to the other stuff. If you followed anybody who was buying puts today, I recommend you unfollow them. Reason being, there's not a lot of people out there who's been playing calls for this or who called the bottom down here. There just isn't. And anybody who's telling you, oh, it's low volume, this and that, let me try to explain a concept to you. Let's say I'm a market maker and I've got freaking a shit ton of dark pool prints coming up here all the way. Okay, I'm gonna let that work. I'm gonna push the price slowly with options while I'm selling you options. Any heavy volume is only gonna be on sells. Okay, now is this market overextended? Yeah, you got the stow at 100. Can it technically go higher? Sure. Would I be surprised if we pull back? No. Now, Hood in that trade, it's going to be up a little bit. I want to clock that 22 in the money as fast as possible. Apple still has room. I was able to do a nice switcheroo where I got out of the 97s in the money. Apple obviously has grinded up for like 10 days now. This party level I've had here for years. Watch it. I have these levels for a reason. Nvidia. Look, when I told newbie not to buy calls that one time, they were 2,000 at the money. Now they're 4. So you got the most IB ever. Don't touch this. Okay? Come in psychologically with a fresh mind and some capital on Thursday morning. Am I going to nibble on it? Yeah, I'll probably fuck around with some SMCI and QQQ on it. Which brings me to, look, there's no one, I didn't catch the move. I don't catch them all, and it pisses me off. But, I had LRCX. It was one of the ones, remember yesterday in the close, that I sold because I wanted to be 90% cash. Look what it did overnight. It literally pulled a earnings move out of thin air. Do you see that? Now, do you think I would have wanted to catch that? Yes, but instead I stayed on. I didn't catch it because I sold right there, but I knew it was coming, so that's something. The next sector here that I would think gets some love are these shitty stocks. For them to go crazy, And we're talking UPST, we're talking AI. Obviously, AI is kind of invested in this. We got some buys here in the close. You need the 10-year yield to come down and hit one of our party lines here. Okay, look, there's been so many puts bought. Okay, so many puts bought that I would not be surprised if we very, very soon have a good old summer melt up. I mean, look at the amount of calls coming in. I know a lot of people are shorting it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But puts are very fast. You gotta be in and out. Calls you can load and have them grind up. Why? If you follow someone who's a perma bear on Twitter, and then you look at the chart, which way does it gravitate to? Upwards. Why? Because the US government and the banks are corrupt beyond belief, and no one, I mean no one, gets in their way. If the market sells, it's because the market makers have decided to. News, no nothing, no retail, no nothing. Like, it's a game. It's the biggest laundromat of money in the world. And if you don't believe that or understand that, I think that for you and your family's benefit, you probably should get on it. Flow is another thing here. A lot of people, let me just cover flow here if you follow it. When you see puts come in at bid or at ask, it makes the difference. See here, they close these puts. Okay? Or they buy the puts at ask. Okay? So that's what you got to look for that. Anyways, with that said, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.